It's round 6 of the High Line Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series here at Chicagoland. 75 laps. This will come home the winner of the 6th race of this very short 8-race season as this race marks the 3-race sprint to the finish here as we watch Garrett Sidnor, one-time winner and points leader so far in the series, heading into round 6 here at Chicagoland, and he leads in practice on the point standings right now. And I would like to say a couple things just ahead of time. First and most importantly for the viewers, there was a mistake on my end, and so won't be able to see the drivers during qualifying, but of course I will give you live updates on the timing and scoring. And do the best I can. And also, last time I broadcasted, I was in the midst of a sickness. I had the help of my buddy Mason Moriarty in the booth with me, but today I'm all on my own, so if you hear a couple of abrupt stops and speech, because I'm coughing over here in the booth, so yeah, that's going to be it. But since I forgot to say it earlier, I am the producer and commentator of the page, and now just about a minute left in practice before we get qualifying on the road, which will be the most underwhelming qualifying ever seen. You'll just be staring at the now unused in real life Chicagoland Speedway. Right now we'll ride on board with Garrett Sidnor for a lap around Chicagoland on the old tires, obviously. Right now on a new set of tires, you're going to be down on the bottom lane, conserving those as much as you can. But look at all that rubber laid down in that middle lane. Definitely using that middle lane. You see one truck.
Can somebody come get me
on the back straightaway, and you hear that driver trying to have someone get some help for him on the back stretch. He's upside down, but here comes Sidnor back around through 3 and 4 up on the top side. He's going to cut down to the apron. These trucks do not have as much power as the Xfinity and Cup car, so he's going to have about enough time for one more lap. But like I said, not enough power really to use that bottom lane like a Cup car would be able to, especially those old Gen 6 and COT Cup cars where they were able to use the bottom and get the power down. This truck, it's all about momentum. You see him taking a wide entry, and then he's just able to arc it down off the corner right now. That's what he's doing on those old tires. You see the 13 of Corey Blevins going by down on the bottom, I believe, making his first start of the year. I'm not quite sure about that, but here comes Sidnor back across the line, and he will be first place in practice. Yet again, Sidnor has been the hot lap hero when it comes to practice, and as truck goes skyrocketing into turn 1. That's a terrible, terrible incident there for that driver. But nevertheless, we've got 5 minutes of qualifying, and so I'll do my best I can to update you guys right now on what's going on there. But just for a couple seconds, since I do realizing something is going on right now, I'm just gonna try and patch up an issue. So be right back in about give or take 30 seconds. So that was a little quicker than anticipated, but we're back here waiting for drivers to get out on the track and drivers to finish their laps so we could see what's going on right now. Just about a minute completed, so trucks who got out on track as quick as they could are about to start hitting the timing charts. And right now I believe there's about 20 trucks in the field right now, with Tyler Rush is 5th, back to Ryan Potter scored in 10th, Toby Wedgwood 15th, so maybe more like 30. We've got a very big field here today. Remember at Talladega had almost 40 trucks in here. IRP was more like 20 with the heat race, but we got a big field and a big track, one of the first 1.5 mile races on this very short season. Right now, as now drivers are starting to cross the line, it is Lucas Lodato who is first currently. He did a 31.140, and I think 31 ones, maybe a 31 flat is going to be the time to beat right now. It's Lodato, Winstead, Ty Smith up into 3rd, Noah Joyce in 4th. Andrew Siegel jumps up to the 2nd spot on his first lap, 6/1000ths of a second behind Lucas Lodato. Winstead 3rd, Ty Smith 4th, Noah Joyce 5th, Tyler Rush in 6th, and it's Toby Wedgwood, Dylan Pody, Jacob Halm, and Connor Holden in 11th, but up into 1st, Corey Blevins, and he goes by 6/1000ths of a second, and Lucas Lodato now has one truck ahead of him by 6/1000ths and one truck behind him. by 6/1000ths. And just a couple more trucks about to set laps. Garrett Sidnor has not set a lap. Dylan Wedgwood goes to the top of the charts by 2/100ths of a second. And that's going to be provisional pole right now, waiting for other drivers to come around and set a lap. Guys like Garrett Sidnor waiting until the end of the session, possibly not setting a lap time right here. We'll have to see what happens for Sidnor. Jason Harris, Garrett Sidnor, Andrew T. Baker, Carl Faust, Ryan Potter, Xavier Moore, Alan Cudman, Scott Wheeler Jr. And I have to say my screen did just go black, and I'm not quite sure what just happened with that other monitor. So I guess we're gonna have to take a break part 2, so I can figure out what's going on. That is a key part to setting up these broadcasts here, and we'll see if something just came unplugged, but I'm not really quite sure. So yeah, we'll try and remedy that. All right, looks like we're back powered on in the second monitor. So crisis averted for the FTN booth here. Very poor equipment being used in the booth. Have to have our guys get a new monitor for little need to produce these things. But right now it looks like we're gonna be good. So nothing to worry about there. And we'll have about 18 seconds left until the race gets underway. Jason Harris just jumped up to the 3rd spot, by the way. No one else is going to be able to set a lap now, I don't think. And so that is going to do it for qualifying, and we'll get the race underway here. The UI is on the screen. That is not ideal, but Dylan Wedgwood takes the pole for, I believe, the first time this year, unless he was on pole last week at IRP, which will be my mistake. But Dylan Wedgwood up on the top spot. Corey Blevins in his second. Jason Harris in third. A great job by him, up higher than we've seen all year from that man right there. Lucas Lodato in fourth. Andrew Siegel in fifth. And we'll see. We'll see the qualifying results here. Just a second. So right here, Dylan Wedgwood on the pole with a 31.115 alongside Corey Blevins with a 31.135. Jason Harris starts third with a 31.140, and Lucas Lodato ties with Harris with a 31.140. Then it's going to be Andrew Siegel in fifth with a 31.146. Chad Winstead in sixth with a 34 machine with a 31.159. Then it's going to be Ty Smith and Noah Joyce on the fourth row, 31.175, 31.188 respectively. Tyler Rush lines up ninth, and Toby Wedgwood in the 52 takes over 10th with a 31.271. Starting in 11th is Dylan podied with a 31.273. Then it's Jacob Holm with a 31.289. Connor Holden starts 13th in the 81 machine with a 31.290. And Scott Puckett with a 31.291 will line up in 14th. Ryan Hines rolls off 15th with a 31.331 alongside Dylan Bodie with a 31.815. Then it's going to be Dalton Buer with a 31.896. And the final driver to set a lap is Cody Bussard with a 32.301. The drivers do not qualify will be DJ Stagner, Carl Faust, Scott Wheeler, Adam Boss, Garrett Sidnor, Alan Cudman, Ryan Potter, Caleb Morrissey, Hunter Searles, Andrew T. Baker, Xavier Moore, and that will do it. And so Garrett Sidnor right here, we go back again. just so I can make sure I was correct about that. Here's Sidnor, starting 24th, so definitely is going to be one to watch as the field rolls off. And I believe it's going to be one lap to green here before we get this race underway. See the 13 making his first start, I do believe, up there, starting second. And it's going to be exciting to watch. This track, very multi-groove, whether it be running the top, trying to get down and work that bottom. In most cars, it's a very top-heavy track, but with these trucks, again, reliant on carrying momentum. If you can run that bottom and arc it down, there's going to be a huge challenge for the leaders, especially late in the run. And here comes the number 14 of Dylan Wedgwood leading the field around turn 3 and 4. And the pace car lights are off. That means I'm going to take the hard left turn down onto pit road. And we'll go green. 75 laps at Chicagoland to decide the winner of race 6 in the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series. Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air, says Barney. We're underway at Chicagoland. Dylan Wedgwood gets away well. One truck splitting it 3 wide in the back of the pack. Ty Smith going up high, making it pass on Chad Winstead. Down into turn 1, Wedgwood down on the bottom, leads the pack. Jason Harris on the bottom, passing Corey Blevins. He is on the middle line. Blevins going to get the dig off the top side by side with Harris. Harris is holding momentum and has the nose ahead down into turn 3. It's going to be dog fighting for second. Harris gets into the dirty air of the 14. Gets a little bit tight. The 13 might be able to take it from him here off of 4. But Harris does a great job working that bottom. The bottom and middle very even early here as the 14 of Dylan Wedgwood leads. Lap number 1, he goes up to block the top lane with the 13 of Blevins. Andrew Siegel riding in 4th, going for 3rd on Corey Blevins there. On the bottom, trying to make it work. Can't quite do it right there at the moment, but now it's going to be side by side for second. Jason Harris trying to make it side by side for the lead. Wedgwood going up top. That top line's going to burn the right front tire, so a little bit more than some drivers may want, but Wedgwood might have it figured out here, and he seems very confident, and you see Blevins there, second on the top side. The 14 of Wedgwood stays up in front, but Jason Harris putting on a fight on the bottom. Jason Harris trying to lead for the first time, I believe, this year. Still door to door as if they're at a super speedway. It could be very reminiscent of Atlanta if they repaved this circuit the way they're side by side right now. For the lead, even the 14 runs it way up top. You see the 88 of Harris really using up that middle seam, and it's allowing his car to turn very well, or his race truck, should I say now. They're almost 3 wide for second on board with Harris. He has the lead on lap 3. Back down to the turn, we see it cuts down, takes the dirty air to the front bumper of the 16 of Siegel. Nothing Siegel can do right there, and he's going to have to settle for second, and Jason Harris clears the field, and the yellow flag is out. For the first time tonight, the yellow flag waves, and it looks like it's Dalton Beer. And it's a big wreck in the back of the field. Multiple trucks collected. There's Dalton Beer. A lot of left side damage on his truck. And we'll see what happened to Dalton Beer. So here's Beer heading down the back straightaway. Looks like there was contact with the 31 to the outside wall. Beer maybe had to check up. Gets hit by, I believe, Morrissey in the 6. Goes around and collects the number 98 machine of, I'm not quite sure who that is. I don't see a 99 in timing and scoring. I believe it may be Carl Faust. Right there it is, Carl Faust, but with the incorrect number truck. So Carl Faust is the number 12. We'll get a look back at it one more time. This time we'll ride on board with Beer. And this is off of turn 4, so we don't need to go back this far. Here's Beer. Right behind Dylan Poteet. In the Winner Gets Waffles machine, the Trap House Toyota. He gets wide, gets in the outside wall. You see Beer gets into him, tries to cut down to avoid, and Carl Faust is just down there and gets into him. Nothing the 38 could have done at all. And he slides back up to a stop, and drivers on pit road. It's going to be everyone that was involved in that incident, and I think it's just about it. Back up to the lead, it's Jason Harris, who's going to hang on and will take you non-stop. You don't miss any of the very exciting caution flag action. We'll be right back with you here live on FTN.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live on FTN, and the one to green has just been given to the drivers. They made their lane choice. It's Jason Harris and Andrew Siegel side by side for the restart here, the first restart of the day. And oh, okay, we got music playing up in here. So, in case you didn't hear that over the extremely loud grid music, 8 laps into the event, the one to green was given last lap. The drivers picking lanes. It's Harris, Wedgwood, and Blevins, I believe, on the Harris, Wedgwood, and Lodano on the bottom. Siegel, Blevins, and Winstead on the top. Jason Harris will lead it back to green. Lap 9 of 75. Barney drops the green flag. We're back underway for the first time in Chicagoland. This time the field gets a lot more spread out, heading down into turn number 1. Jason Harris gets a good start. He's away by 2 or 3 car lengths at least here. Almost 3 wide for second. Here comes the run from Winstead. Maybe a little bit of contact, scuffling for position all on the bottom by himself as Corey Blevins trying to fight that bottom side. Make something happen down there. Here they come back off of 4. The 13 will slide up in line behind Dylan Wedgwood. And then we'll go second and third now side by side. Siegel trying to force the issue on the bottom, takes the spot of the 13 on the backstretch. Now the 13 has the top side in the clean air, but the 16 of Siegel makes the bottom work. He needs a side draft off of turn 2. Lap 10 of 50 about to be completed. And the 16 will get back into line side by side further back. Noah Joyce and Lucas Lodato. Noah Joyce having a great run in the Burger King machine. We saw him get T-boned in the last event at IRP Maddow. Looking for a top 5 position on Chad Winstead as they go back side by side. Blevins to the bottom. Or it was Siegel looking down low on the apron, but didn't make anything work, and they get single filed out to the back of the pack. Garrett Sidnor already looking for a top 10 spot. He rides in 12 on board with Sidnor. Yeah, I mean, he's always the guy to watch for, and he has already made up, I believe, 13 spots right here, 12 or 13 spots. He rides at 12, but fighting for that spot with Ryan Hines. That's 11th here as they make their way through the trial. You see Hines in the Mobile 1 machine and the FR8, or the freight auctions machine of Garrett Sidnor, working that bottom. Look at how he gets the thing to turn down. Possibly because he's driving it a little more aggressively, but just gets it to turn where he wants it now, looking for a top 10 spot. Tyler Rush has that 10th spot. Here comes Sidnor with a great drive on the middle, but the 25 is going to get in the dirty air of the 72. It's going to be even back off of 4. And Garrett Sidnor might have the spot here into turn 1 unless the 77. A bunch of Searles can do anything about it. You see Searles down there on the bottom. Here comes Sidnor. He's going to clear the 25. Easy peasy. And then do 11th. You see a little bit of smoke ahead, but no issue with that. Jason Harris, meanwhile, has trouble for the lead. Corey Blevins is there. Blevins trying to clear the 88 and steal the glory from Harris, and he does get clear off of 4. Harris comes back. Now he's going to go top. The 13 goes apron to defend it, and it's going to work out. He's going to clear him here. Back down into turn 1. He gives him room to run the top. Harris goes up to the top. Exactly what he does. He's going to run around that high side as good as he can. In the good wrench number 80 machine, he's going to get the drive off. The throwback weekend at Darlington in real life NASCAR, and the good wrench number 88 in full effect, channeling his inner Dale Sr. here, racing for the lead as hard as he can. Now the 13 of Blevins will get clear. Can the 88 put the double cross on him off of 4? He goes low to the apron. He's going to get right on that bottom side. Now he goes top. He wants to pass him on the outside. Goes wide. The 13 can't cover it off again. Wedgwood looking in on 3rd, trying to make something happen here and hope these guys continue racing and burning their stuff up. He's got a big old grin on his face in 3rd, riding on board with Wedgwood, watching this battle. And the 88 of Harris is going to go low. Here comes Harris inside on Blevins. Now the roles have been reversed, but Blevins going to get a good drive off as the 88 washes up. He's using that seam, so it definitely is not going to be bad of a drive off. Here comes the 14 with a run on both of these guys for the lead, side by side, door to door. Wedgwood looking on in for the spot, getting in that clean air on the middle. The 88 slides up. That could give it to Blevins here. He's going to need to get the side dropped up for 2. Blevins has the spot, trying to get clear. Looks like he is clear now, but the 88 just gets to his left rear going into turn 3. Gets dived back down to the bottom. Ty Smith and Noah Joyce going at it for 7. Ty Smith is into that spot. Here comes Wedgwood, trying maybe to make it 3 wide for the lead on lap 17 of 75 here at Chicagoland. They continue to go side by side back down into turn 1. And off of turn 2, they stay even one more time. Harris has the lead. Now Blevins has the nose in front. Down the back straightaway through 3 and 4 again. Harris fighting the bottom. And the 14 of Wedgwood saving that right front. There's almost contact between Winstead and Siegel. Chad Winstead up into 4th. Right here, Garrett Sidnor still riding in 10th. He's up into the top 10 behind Lodano and Joyce. But these guys continue to go side by side. Here comes Wedgwood. And Dylan Wedgwood is going to try to make up multiple spots. The 88 slides up off of the corner, and that might do it there for him. He's going to get the spot off of 2. Here comes the 14, though. The 14 to help. Who's he going to choose to help here? Going through 3 and 4 one more time. Still side by side even. Blevins going to get the drive off. They're just even in the trial, 1/1000th of a second for a second, but Harris gets the drive through the center, and he gets the nose on him back down into turn 1. Dylan Wedgwood still waiting for a mistake out of the 2. The 88 slides up. Wedgwood going way wide out of the turn, smoking the right front, pushing to keep up with these guys. As you see, DJ Stagner has made his way in the 4th around Andrew Siegel, so a couple spots early for Stagner. And got a lot of pace out of that machine. Right here, as we saw Jason Harris at the fastest lap, I believe, on the track last time by, despite racing all these drivers. There may actually have been one driver further back that was quicker. That was Ryan Hines. This time it was Blevins setting one of the quickest laps on track. So these guys are still giving it their all right now. As I come back off of turn 2. Still door to door. Jason Harris is not giving up. Through 3 and 4, Harris dives down low. This race is bound to end soon. Whether it ends clean or it ends with one or both of these guys into the wall, into the infield grass, they stay door to door. The 13 of Blevins fights back on the top. And these guys behind him are just loving it because they're racing so hard. Both of them want the lead so bad, it's gonna hurt them both in the long run. But I don't think either driver is gonna relinquish those spots. This is an absolutely fantastic race we're seeing right here. The 88 drives it back in, but we know he can make it stick right there. He's going to get the drive off. He's going to get right on the left rear of the 13, get the side drive. He's going to have a little bit of a quicker tri-oval, and the caution flag waves. And that puts an end to the battle of the race so far. And we'll see what happened here. I believe it was Andrew Baker down on the infield grass. So not the driver I expected to be on the infield grass. Thought it was going to be one of the leaders. And we'll see what happened to Baker here. Here is Andrew T. Baker. Contact with Wedgwood. Toby Wedgwood gets into his left rear, and he heard the number 43 of Andrew T. Baker there just in the background, just minding my own business, and he got turned there, and definitely did nothing wrong. Spins through the grass. Maybe not worthy of a yellow. He had it saved, but brings out the caution. We'll get one more look at it here. This will give you a better view. See, he's coming down the track, so maybe the 52 does not expect him to be coming down like that, because the 52 does kind of have to exit the corner, so the blame could be put on either driver there, but most likely it'll be called as a racing incident. But we see one driver who was way back there was the 50, but I think that was just because my render distance is kind of low. It looks like the back of the pack. That was not the back of the field. Racing up in front, top 10 spot for Andrew T. Baker, having a great run today. And drivers on pit road for the first time tonight. Alan Cudman stays out, and he will lead the race in that beautiful SP Designs machine. That is a good-looking truck, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful truck. It's a stark contrast from the all white with the all white with the yellow accents, maybe some red accents on there, but he's got a sweet looking paint scheme to rock tonight, or today, should I say, in the iRacing session. But for you East Coast viewers, 10 o'clock, and thankful for all of you up right now when you should be getting your beauty sleep, getting your beauty rest. And hope you're all having a great time watching so far. 944 subscribers, so unfortunately I don't get to say we're 69 subscribers away from 1,000 anymore, but it's better than that. we got a die-hard Dylan Wedgwood fan here, number 14. I bleed green, gentlemen. Eli Patterson, hope you're having a great time here. Your driver's gonna be the first one off on fresh tires. See the 14 there. We bleed green for Dylan Wedgwood, it seems, and he's gonna be the fastest, or the second highest truck on fresh tires. So better hope Alan Cunman was saving hard on that run, because he is gonna be absolutely screwed from the rest of the field right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. With him being basically the only driver on fresh tires. Jason Harris is going to be the fourth one off on fresh tires. Stagner third. Wedgwood second. Bevins was first off pit road. Noah Joyce was fifth off pit road. Then Siegel, Lodato, Rush, Kayla Morrissey, and Chad Winstead. That's right. We are Lawrence Taylor subscribers away from 1K. 56, everybody. 56. No more 69. 13 subscribers in 1 week. So I think that's all because of me. You know, David's pretty cool. David is the reason this channel exists. But I think if you guys ask David, you go into the next stream that's live on FTN, which I think is tomorrow. Not quite sure. I don't know David's schedule that well, but if you see him live, ask him if he thinks River's better than him, and he'll probably say, yes. River is so awesome. He is the best broadcaster of all time. But jokes aside, David's great, and everyone on this crew is great. Always have a fun time with these guys in the booth, and hope you all enjoy watching. Yeah, but 1 to green here, and Alan Kunman is looking out his rearview mirror. His timbers are shivering right now because he has got, let's see, 27 trucks behind him on fresh tires. Well, probably 25. 2 trucks look like they're possibly out of contention right now. Connor Holden and Carl Faust both 4 laps down. In the back of the field, there's Holden and Faust in the back, 4 laps down. Those drivers really in need of some wrecks here. The SP Designs number 8 machine gotta move on here. He's gonna need to get a fantastic restart and try and get away from this field before they get to their green flag pit stops, which shouldn't be for a while. It's gonna be tough to hang on. Here comes Kunman to the restart zone. Barney drops the green flag. 25 laps complete here at Chicagoland, and it's Alan Kunman off to a good start. The 13 of Corey Blevins clear of the rest of the field behind him. Blevins is going to be on a move, trying to stay out of that dirty air, but he's going to get right down to the bottom in the draft as they come off of 2, down the back straightaway, getting the toe in on the 8 machine. And I would assume we see a move for the lead here, down into 3. Blevins looking low, has the 14 in tow. Dylan Wedgwood follows him through. Here comes the 64 of Stagner. DJ Stagner diving it into the corner. It looked faster than it was compared to the 8. They might go 3 wide here. The 14 of Dylan Wedgwood blinks out for a second. Here comes Stagner looking 3 wide. Jason Harris up in the mix, and this is going to be interesting with the slow truck of the 8. Oh, big slide for Wedgwood on the apron. Can he gather it up? He does, but we got more trucks spinning in the back. Jacob Holm, DJ Stagner involved, and we keep it green. Stagner is backwards in the grass. And we'll have to see what happened there. The 14 had a lot of pressure from behind. Look at him get super loose right there. Man, that was such a great save, but it just kept coming around, and he could never save it. The 64 tries to check up, and right there, gets into him, and then Lodato gets into him. So damage to the front end of Lodato. And the 16 of Siegel's going to lose some spots on that as well. You see Kunman now back up to the lead pack. Alan Kunman dropping to 6th, fighting for his life. You see the pace of the 14 trying to get back up to the front. Not only that, he's definitely going to be driving a little bit harder now. Got some tap of those tires from that big slide. Now he's going to race for 5th with Winston. You see Alan Kunman feeling the pressure from Scott Wheeler Jr. in the number 97 Motorcraft machine. That is for 7th. And Wheeler's going to take it. Without a doubt here, 1/10 between the 2 leaders. It's not that close. Jason Harris wants to continue that battle that they had for over 10 months. having crappy microphones. I know this microphone sounds good, but if I even remotely try and touch that cord that's out this thing plugged into the computer, that's gonna be trouble there. So whoever's the Caleb Morrissey fan in the chat, I would love a microphone update. I hope it was just because I had it turned off with the crank up, but nevertheless, hands. Here comes Winstead driving it back down into the turn, trying to make something happen there. Big slide for Caleb Morrissey up in front of him. These guys already up to the top lane, 25 laps to go. I don't know if they're going to make it on fuel. So right now, trying to push it just as hard as they can. Now down to the bottom, here comes the slide job from Winstead. Now he's going to keep it stuck on the bottom. Morrissey fights the top, and I just don't think a pass is possible on the top lane right now. But the way this truck drives here, I just don't think it's going to work out. And 34 falls back just a little bit here on the 6 machine. This battle for second, starting to de-escalate right now. The battle for fourth right now. You could say it's escalating here. We've got 3 trucks going at it for the 4th spot. Jason Harris led a couple laps early, racing with Noah Joyce, who's had the highest of 2nd in the race right now. Runs back in the 6th spot as Dylan Wedgwood has him cleared for 5th. Wedgwood back down to the apron. Never recovered from that slide. But now he's back into the top 5. Finally got out of the 6th place position where he had been for the previous almost 30 laps, maybe 25 laps there. Now he's gonna have to fight that bottom side 1 lap truck in the way. Looks like that truck is gonna get out of the way, and the 14 gets up behind Jason Harris. Goes back down the bottom. That's gonna be, I believe that's Bodie in the 26 machine, if I'm not wrong. There is the 26. The Trap House machine. Looking at the leaders racing hard behind him, and he's going to probably get out of the way as soon as they get to him, which I believe will be year in 3 and 4. You see Scott Wheeler Jr., Garrett Sidnor, Ryan Hines, and Ty Smith right behind these leaders, or just Hines, Sidnor, and Wheeler. Ty Smith about 3 seconds off of those top 9 right here, but the 14 continues to roll that bottom. And even though it doesn't look as quick as it is of the guys on the top right now, it's going to be better for him in the long run. But here he comes, Caleb Morrissey on pit road. Road takers, the 77 of Searles as well, is on pit road. Push it. Very. Scott Wheeler Jr. follows him. On the fresh tires, we'll see what he can do. Corey Blevins back. Lap 56 up, and he continues to dominate right now on what I still believe to be his first league start. And a great job for Corey right now. We'll see what happens to the guys who are pitting. Jason Harris still out on track right now, running in 2nd. Dylan Wedgwood up into 3rd. I don't know if these guys are going to try and save right now or what. If they're going to be saving, they're going to be coasting it all the way through the turn. Right now we're right on board with Wedgwood. See how these guys are driving it, because that will definitely confirm or deny my suspicions about the saving. I don't think they're going to be able to do it with how high up some of these drivers are that are pitting. Harris up on the top side, digging around. Wedgwood and Harris losing a lot of time to the race leader right now as they battle it out. 4 seconds, 4.3 seconds up to Blevins. They reel that gap back in. Ty Smith, Ryan Hines is on pit road. The 25, the next highest truck on the track to take. And Ryan Hines heads down pit road for what I believe would be the 9th spot there. And we still wait on Blevins to pit. You see the lap truck of Bodie behind him, I believe, on fresh tires. And Bodie is absolutely hauling the mail right now. Look at all that time he made up in 1 and 2 with all that damage. Still waiting on drivers to pit right now as Harris and Wedgwood battle it out for second. They have got Noah Joyce right on their tail. Ty Smith is down on pit road. And Ty Smith falls out of the top 10, surrenders the position. Here comes the 18. Down pit road, you see the 43 going around on by. Or possibly a different number, but the 43, a throwback scheme there. As you see Blevins fight with the lap car of Bodie, but Bodie's going to give it up. I believe Jason Harris and Dylan Wedgwood both just came down. There they are. Wedgwood almost spins onto pit road. Keeps it straight. This is going to be interesting. They're in earlier than the leaders, so we'll see what happens there, James. This is super cool. Microphone decided to turn off right there. But Ryan Potter stays out on the strategy call and wins. How about that? Unbelievable. Yeah, it looks like the microphone came unplugged, so sorry about that, everybody, but if you couldn't tell by your common sense there, Ryan Potter stays out. No fuel. I don't think he'd even do a burnout. Caleb Morrissey will settle for second on what I believe will be his first start of the year in the 99. He's got enough fuel for a burnout. How about that? He saves enough to finish the race, win, and do a burnout. Well, he didn't get very far in the burnout. But we'll talk to your race winner here. And again, I've got to apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, Leaf, it's a little unfortunate, but at least you guys got to see that incredible finish with the fuel mileage run to the end for the number 99. Fantastic job and first win of the year for the 99. And we'll talk to your race winner. If he's in a voice chat, we'll pull him in right now. Okay, it looks like my headset was only not working for the last like 5 laps, so that's good. That also happened at the Canadian Tire race. We can't catch a break with the headphones, so yeah, sorry about that, everybody. But try to talk to Ryan Potter here. And I'm gonna have to drag him up through the VCs right now. Ryan Potter, first win on the season. The fuel strategy. No one wanted to try it, but you. When did you decide that the fuel strategy was gonna play out, and play out in your favor?
I was talking in my team chat with my good friend DJ Stagner, and he just literally came up on the radio and said, everybody, just if we get with this caution, just save fuel. And I'm like, all right, I'm back here, and I was like outside the top 20. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna try it. What's the worst that could happen? And I came down to pit road to top off with one to go, and nobody came with me, and I was like, all right. So I just clutched it the entire last run, and had about half a lap left when we crossed the line, so it worked out.
Yeah, well, no one else went with you. Good to hear that you had some teammate help. Next week is Eldora, and I don't know if I would be mistaken in saying you've made every start. Have you made every race this year?
No, this is just my third start of the season.
Oh, okay. So not in the fight for the championship, but are you a fan of the dirt races, especially at Eldora? You think you got a good chance there?
I don't think I have a good chance there. No, I think Caleb is probably gonna have the field covered up there, but I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'll make it for that race, but we'll see. My dirt prowess isn't exactly my strong suit, so I doubt I'll be a factor if I do show up. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win, and the strategy is definitely entertaining to watch. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, can't get him all the way back down to his VC. It's too far away. But we'll talk to second place here as soon as I can find where the number P2 machine is, which will be Caleb Morrissey, I believe. Or Caleb Morrissey, being shown in 18th right now. But here, let me just make sure. We'll pull the results up on the screen just for the moment. There's Caleb Morrissey. So Morrissey's still in second. No issues for Caleb Morrissey, and we'll try and talk to him as soon as I can get this thing off my screen, and it won't be frozen, or it will just crash. Oh, that's interesting. Spotter, we got a spotter guide open. No, I would not like the spotter guide to stay on the screen. Okay, whatever. The spotter guide stays there. Caleb Morrissey, P2. You were the fastest truck at the end of the race that didn't go for the crazy ballsy strategy call. How'd you do it?
Yeah, I just really didn't think anybody was going to be able to make it, so I'm amazed that Potter was able to do that and still have like half a lap of fuel. So kudos to him and his team making that call and him pulling off all that fuel saving, because I just didn't think that was possible. Topside treated me real well tonight. I think I could get out there and do it better than most of the field, so that really helped tonight. And I think we made the right call to come in the particular lap that I did, as I lost a lot of ground. It gave up second place to Winstead there. So it was a perfect time to come in and pull off that move, and it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, would have worked out if you didn't have the crazy saving going on in like P25. But next week is Eldora, and I'm pretty sure Race Winner was referring to you when he said that you would be destroying the field at Eldora. Do you agree with the statement there?
I don't know, man. That just puts more pressure on it. But the results have been pretty good for me as far as my dirt track record goes in this series. So Eldora probably is one of my favorite tracks in the world. I'd say it's definitely my favorite dirt track in the world. So I'm really looking forward to it and the challenge of that next week. I'm definitely gonna try my best to come from the back and go to the front as quick as possible and see what we can do up there and try and get a development win.
All right. Well, congratulations on second. Anything else I can say?
Yeah, I want to thank my teammate Wheeler for running this race with me, showing support. We had a good strategy call with each other, and it was good to always be racing with him and a couple of the other guys from the Premier Series that jump into this and try and cherry pick. So, you know, we're trying our best out here. I appreciate you in the broadcast booth. I know you had some mic issues, but hopefully that gets fixed soon, and you're able to rebound from that. So that's pretty good. So always appreciate the show that you put on for these guys. Really appreciate everything that everybody's doing for the league. Posse putting on the development league, Body doing everything he does for it, and Toby Wedgwood, Kendall Kerr, rest of the admin group. So really solid effort all around, and looking forward to Eldora.
All right. Well, congratulations on P2, and thank you for your time.
You guys.
All right. So that is P2, Kayla Morrissey, and we'll pull in Chad Winstead here before this gets all wrapped up. Chad Winstead, P3 on the night. You were running in the top 5 pretty comfortably there, but got in pit road a lot earlier than everyone else, and you were able to come home third. Do you think there was anything you could have done differently to get second, if not try and save, or just absolutely push to get up to the race winner there?
Well, I think the main thing is I probably could have taken 4 tires. I tried to get a little cheeky and take 2 to leapfrog the 2 guys in front of me there, and just didn't really work out. The car was a little bit looser than I anticipated on the 2 tires, so I wasn't able to kind of get a good long run in on that stint. But yeah, props to Potter. I guess he saved fuel. I wasn't, Caleb and I were racing really hard there for second place for quite a few laps, so I knew I wasn't going to make it if I tried to save. But overall, it was a really fun race, probably the best truck race we've had all year easily, and had a lot of fun running with Caleb there, so shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely. So next week is Bristol Dirt. How do you feel about, or not Bristol Dirt, Eldora? How do you feel about your chances at Eldora?
I'm not sure I'll be able to run. I've got to have a minor surgery on Monday, so I'm supposed to take it easy for about 3 to 4 days after that. So probably won't get to run, which is a bummer because I think the trucks on dirt is a lot of fun. I've ran maybe 2 races with it, and would feel pretty confident about it. If Caleb Morrissey runs, I think he'll probably run away with it, as he seems to be the dirt guy around here. But yeah, hopefully, maybe I'll feel good enough to run. I don't know.
All right. Well, anything else I can say?
No, just shout out to any family and friends that are watching tonight. Kind of made a last minute decision about 5 minutes before race time to jump on and run this race, and knew it would be a fun one, and just happy that we put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for your time, and good luck on the surgery.
Thank you, bud.
All right, so that'll wrap things up here. 75 laps, only 2 cautions that I can remember. So pretty clean race and a solid last run right there. And we'll get the results here up on the screen. Ryan Potter, hard saves in the back of the pack and doesn't pit, and it plays out in his favor because turns out when you're hard saving, you're also saving your right front tire, and he was able to just scoot away by about 3 seconds over Caleb Morrissey P2. Sounds like the favorite for next week in the dirt race if he shows up, but couldn't quite get it done tonight. Chad Winstead P3, another podium for the number 34 machine. Scott Wheeler Jr., I believe, best finish of the year in 4th, and the number 97 machine came up from the middle of the field. Jason Harris, a fantastic run for him. Finishes in 5th. Ryan Hines comes home 6th. Pole sitter Dylan Wedgwood from 1st to 7th had some struggles in the middle of the race with that big slide. Never was able to recover from that fully. Tyler Rush comes home in 8th. He had a very quiet night, but a solid result for him. Hunter Searles comes home in P9. Teammates with Tyler Rush, 8th and 9th there for those guys. Alan Cunman came back from the pit strategy call there to stay out. He finishes in 10th, so the result definitely not the end of the world. When he was running in 20th, didn't look too good for the 8, but he made it work. Corey Blevins, who had an extremely strong run in what I keep saying I believe was his first start in the Truck Series, he comes home in 11th. Had a tough time during the pit strategy there. Just stayed out a little too long, and made a couple mistakes on that last couple laps there. Ty Smith ends up 12th. Another quiet night for him and a solid finish. Garrett Sindor, points leader. Again, never able to recover from starting in the back of the field, especially with the pit right at the end with the race leader, Corey Blevins. Noah Joyce came on 14th. Another driver that pitted really late, didn't play out for him. He ran highest of second in this race, did a fantastic job there, but the pit strategy did not play nicely to him. Jacob Holm came home 15th. Lucas Lodato 16th after getting the front end damage with the incident with the 14. He came home 16th after being back outside the top 20. Dalton Beer comes home in 17th. Tommy Wedgwood 18th. Dylan Bodie 19th. And Dylan Bodie with an absolutely destroyed truck finishes 20th. And it is going to be Andrew T. Baker coming home in 21st, Andrew Siegel 22nd, Xavier Moore 23rd, Cody Bussard 24th, Scott Puckett 25th, DJ Stagner comes home in 26th after wrecking out. They're finishing a lap down, if not two. Obviously, these guys aren't all 79 laps down, or 78 laps down. Connor Holden comes home 27th, Carl Faust 28th, does not finish the race, and then Adam Boss in 29th. River Pajon, not sure who that guy is, but he didn't attempt to start the race. So that's going to do it. Next week, the first dirt race of the year. Definitely going to be a show for the ages. This is always an exciting group of drivers here. So I'll be back next Tuesday for the dirt race in Eldora. And other than that, I believe the 50 is going to keep the points lead, but that battle is definitely not over after this finish here. Tyler Rush only 15 points off of him heading in, and so that's going to be a race all the way to the end for the development series championship here. But other than that, that's going to wrap it up. This has been a production of the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series live on FTN, and we hope you have a wonderful night.